Hello there, welcome back to my Florence EU4 multiplayer campaign. Thanks for all the support in the previous video, I really appreciate it. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go and watch it right now, but if you don't want to, I can catch you up real quick. What happened was Switzerland declared the war on us and we had a 1v1 in which we beat him, secured a strong position in North Italy, and we're now eyeing up Brittany and France region, since that was the formable I was going after. Hope you enjoyed the video. Wait, what the fuck? Rebels in Firenze? How dare they?
Firenze?
Firenze.
Mamma mia.
Sadly for us, Brittany managed to form France, which meant that not only would he have a stronger idea set with which to oppose us, but also we would have to fully annex him before attempting to form France ourselves.
Speed 1, bro.
Who's lagging that much?
Nicephorus.
Yeah, who's he playing?
I don't know.
Isn't that France?
Yeah.
Oh, kick him.
We can it doesn't even matter, he's not a big player in this area.
It's okay. Sure, someone else will form France. In time.
In time.
Seeing as the war with France was inevitable, I quickly went in and conquered Venice, so I would have a buffer between Austria and me. Austria had allied France, so he was quite a big potential threat. Not long after dealing with Venice, I got a military reform event. This is basically a very strong military event that gives you 20% morale of armies. And seeing as my enemies were outnumbering me and also they would only outscale me more and more due to the position I was in, I knew that the time to attack was now. I quickly talked to Sicily and Andalusia, trying to convince them to join on my side. Sicily owed me quite a lot from dealing with his disaster and killing his rebels, but Andalusia I did have to make some commitments to help him in his African wars, and also sent him a little bribe of around 1,000 ducats. Our first move was to connect up with Andalusia. We were split up by one fortification, so we had to take it down before we could form a unified front.
Right, cool. What are we doing here?
I mean, I'm fine to de-escalate it if you want to, Julian.
If you want to leave, I can leave.
No,
Yeah,
that's not fair.
That's not it.
Even I'm saying it.
I tried.
Why'd you pipe up, guy?
Oh,
Be silent.
Let me.
They're attacking this highland fort. Morale, I have full morale on them. 5% discipline.
The morale is actually even though.
take Defender of the Faith, Branko. Take Defender of the Faith.
Oh yeah, good idea. Nice, we got them. Right. Send reinforcements.
No.
Good.
We won the first major battle, but as you can see, the casualties were not at all in our favor. Fair enough, Florentine quality is not that of France or Switzerland, or even Austria, but the major thing here was that we did not have artillery back row. We were only on military technology 9, so I thought that you do not need a full back row, since artillery is still quite weak, but this was a bad decision and it would only prove to be worse and worse of a decision as the war dragged on. We could go for Vienna instead, it's better terrain. Take his capital. This offensive failed, and while we were retreating from Austria, our enemies were a lot more successful in unsieging the fortifications in France that we have taken, and had even cut us off from Andalusia and were threatening to carpet siege him. Something that we would have to address very quickly or risk being ping-ponged around and overwhelmed because we can't fight together. After they cut off Andalusia from the rest of our alliance, they could really use their numerical advantage and beat us back even in -2 terrain. Luckily, after this battle, we reorganized and pushed them back, mainly because they overextended into Iberia. They were carpet sieging a bit too much, and we picked a battle while they were out of position and finally regained the connection between Andalusia and Florence. We were back at basically square one now. We couldn't really push through the French woods forts, and especially because the manpower was running very thin. We assumed that the same was happening to their alliance as well, but again we would take massive casualties attempting this, and it was just not worth it. Luckily it was end of the session, and what followed is scheming from both sides. I managed to get Austria out of the war, but at quite a steep price. Basically I gave him around 90% war score in Venice trade node, which is kind of one of the reasons why I grabbed Venice, so I could use it as a bargaining chip. But our enemies weren't absent either throughout the week. They convinced Rome to declare on Sicily, so Sicily had to pull out of the war as well. So at this point it was Andalusia and me versus Switzerland and France. Took the fort. Okay, I'm reinforcing quite a lot now. They're giving up woods to siege. What? Why? We can literally surround it. Look, look. They let us have it. I've surrounded the fort. Just bring stacks a bit southwards. Our enemies used their numerical advantage at this point quite well. They engaged us on the woods fort that we were sieging, and even though we managed to win these two battles, they were Pyrrhic victories at best, and as the saying goes, after two such victories we were utterly crushed. Next two battles did not have the same outcome, and we were on the defensive from that point on basically. However, I did have one ace up my sleeve, sort of. In between sessions I talked to Hesse and Friesland, both of whom wanted to expand into Switzerland and France respectively. And if France and Switzerland took long enough to piece us out to wrap up this war, and if they were perceived as weak enough, Hesse and Friesland would attack, or at least that was the best we could hope for. The casualty rates were getting better, but I was fast running out of men, and with Andalusian troops cut off from reinforcing mine, it did not look too good for the future of Florence. Luckily, it was at this dire moment that Hesse and Friesland finally invaded, and we waited to see what our opponent's next moves were going to be. I put together what troops I could and waited for them to advance towards my forts while Andalusia tried to siege down forts between us. Luckily we had a naval dominance, so the walls of Genoa held strong for a long enough time for Hesse and Friesland to advance onto the Swiss capital and basically really threaten them from the north. All the while this was going on, there was a dispute in the enemy camp. France wanted to stab hit us out of the war so they could focus on Friesland and Hesse, whereas Switzerland wanted to push for a 95% war score, which meant that they could enforce 100% war score peace deal and really do a number on us. All this resulted in France making a separate peace, which allowed us to really turn this around. Swiss army eventually got stack wiped, and all that was left was to siege down their lands. Sardinian separatists will revolt in 250 years.
Oh shit.
They're planning something. Just you wait a few generations.
250 years? Oh,
They're planning a revolution in Victoria 3.
Switzerland player had gone bankrupt and he was basically done after these wars. So now was time to turn inwards, to recover from this war and to plan for the future French wars. Luckily, the Frisian and Hesse war against France was still ongoing. France was holding up quite well, but the longer this war went on for, the better conditions would be for the next war against France. How's it going, Pericles?
I'm teaching them a lesson in war.
A lesson in war?
Yes.
Ooh, Frisia over. That might be a stack wipe.
Yes.
No. No. Almost.
But okay, look, I cannot continue. Yeah, they will just then we will attack me again. It's unwinnable now.
Yeah. You're drained for a Marwar.
No.
Did you exploit development?
Even if I win this war, you will attack me next. It's like I cannot win, obviously. I'm alone now.
Give me mill access, I can kill rebels.
Ah, you're so nice. What a cutie
I
patootie.
mean, I'm killing mine in the area, so.
Huh.
Feels bad that they're literally my rebels.
Florentine rebels.
Yeah,
Why the fuck are you?
Florentine army is here to support us.
Oh shit. Oh, there's more Florentines.
Oh, these ones I can't fight.
Please.
Oh, these are actually
Yeah, these are actually mine. They're blue. Let me test it. Let me test
No,
it.
you can't kill them. You can't kill them.
Hello, friends.
Kill off my friend.
Okay, yeah, of course we'll help you. Just need to take care of something. Be right back. Get some milk and cigarettes.
I won a battle 3-1. Yeah.
What the fuck? The casualties are double. Oh, damn it. I'm afraid to declare on you, Pericles, not gonna lie. Even at this.
Look, no,
Even at
look,
this point.
I am bankrupting in, let's see, in about 2 years.
But before declaring any wars on France, Andalusia called in that favor I owed them. So I marched my armies all the way to South Morocco and we prepared for an offensive war against Songhai, who had formed Sokoto now. Okay, now I can see I can see almost all of this country, yeah. You can declare now. They're attacking. Luckily for me, I did not have to spend a lot of resources in this African war, since after the initial show of strength and beating them in the first few battles, Sokoto surrendered and signed a conditional peace with Andalusia, basically handing him over the Saharan provinces, allowing Andalusia an easier access to his core lands in the future wars that were to come. After the African War was all well and done, I focused on France again. The truce had expired and it was time to lay my claim on the throne. Is bankrupt France gonna beat me up again?
Hopefully.
No, okay, this time I have them.
How does bankrupt France still have 3.6?
3.6 morale, yeah? It's like a normal country.
Yeah.
They actually might beat it. I don't have reinforcements.
Oh my god.
No, please. Shame for display.
And for the display.
Okay, no. We win this, boys. Easy. Never doubted my man for a second.
How much morale does he have?
3.6. It's not a lot, right? But he's bankrupt.
No, yeah.
What do you want?
Paris and Reims. And Orleans. Or Lyon.
Do you just want like one province path to them, or do you want like a too wide or something?
One province.
Okay. So you take Berry, Orléans, Paris, Reims.
Omelette de fromage.
You're giving it to me?
No, you're taking it yourself, but I'm not gonna take it.
I'm just as shocked.
Yeah, very nice. What the hell?
What the hell?
I don't really have allies.
Isn't Hesse your ally?
Yeah, Hesse is my ally.
Mhm.
Whoa,
wink.
Wink, wink.
whoa, what's happening here?
And that's basically it for this episode. I grabbed what I could from France, tried to release Brittany, but since Brittany formed France, it wasn't possible, so I just had 2 provinces in the north that I had to core and ship troops to. Also, due to the popular demand, I'm gonna showcase how everyone else was doing in the save. Austria was very dominant in Europe. He formed his little forum bull that gave him better ideas. Andalusia was looking pretty strong, especially after taking these provinces from Sokoto. What else? Persia also was looking quite dominant, especially with their alliance with Rome and kind of everyone around them, to be honest. German nations were decently strong. No one was that dominant. Ireland was doing its own thing as well. And in China, the war seemed to have started. Yep. Shun and Yue were fighting Wu. Oh, Wu and Japan. Okay, so it was 2 versus 2. Malacca was doing quite well, and in the New World, Japan had already established quite a dominant position, aside from Madjas, who was also doing very well. That's about it. See you guys in the next video. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.